I feel represent. Yo.
I was gonna write you an email, but I'm a little drunk, and spelling is a sober person's game. So I feel I owe you a splanation. I'm sorry. A splanation.
My finger. Welcome back, our fellow agents. Welcome back to part 2 of Bishop Castle. I am X7, your amazing host. With me is the even more amazing co-host, one Lilith Draco.
Hi, welcome back. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave us a comment. Maybe you're from the part 1 or maybe from part 2. Here we are.
And if you got a picture, post that too. This is a fascinating place. I do have pictures. I'll see if I can find some and stick them up on the...
Yes. Send them to me. I may have one similar, I may not.
Yours were better. You had a better camera than I did back then. I can tell you what.
Did I? No,
Yeah.
I have them on my phone. I don't know.
That's all. Yeah, but I had a Motorola G or G4 or G7.
Oh, yeah.
You had a better camera.
Yeah.
So, our last episode, we talked about the history of Bishop Castle. Today, this episode, we are going to be talking about our reactions to it.
Yes, our experience.
Yes, that word.
Driving to it, walking up to it, not knowing really what to expect. Just our experience
No idea.
at the castle itself, walking through it.
Right, which is why we were exploring, which is my explorer outfit to hide my secret identity.
Yes.
And so we left early in the morning-ish, not too early, but because it was about a 3-hour drive down there. We had to go through, and the GPS took us
That's
everywhere.
right.
We went through these small little places and stops and construction areas.
Oh, that's
seemed
right.
like-
We had to sit and wait for a while, didn't we? Driving
And
to
one,
it for like
one of those lights or something, or they were fixed, and they had to wave us through, and it's like, in the middle of nowhere. Why are you fixing this road?
well, they were
It took a long.
fixing
I
it.
mean,
Well,
we left. I want to say we left at 9ish or 9:30, and we had lunch when we got there in the car.
yep.
And just a couple of sodas,
Couple of
and
sandwiches.
and, yeah, and give us some energy. And boy, that was something. It's a lot of it was. We'd have gotten our steps in that day for sure.
Yes, we would have. So we did look at pictures beforehand, so
Right.
we had an idea, but it's always hard to tell sometimes just how big something is. It was bigger than what I expected. Looked
I don't know
Being
what
in
I
it.
expected.
seemed a lot bigger than some of the pictures.
It's very impressive. I mean, the structure is impressive. The castle, the wall. I was not. I was actually. I don't want to say scared, but I was hyper aware of trying to get through that place because there were
Oh,
things
absolutely.
sticking. I mean, yikes!
Like you could see in certain places. Like the first thing we did was that wall, the moat, the wall thingy at first, because you walk through and then you can go up. It's got a couple towers up, so you spend a bit of time just in that front first, and that's when you at first see that some of the support metal rebar
Yeah, the rebar is
is exposed.
Yes, in weird
And so then you
directions.
Yes, and so that's the first thing you're like, oh, I mean, because already, you've already seen the initial sign. You're entering at your own risk, like for real. You're entering at your own risk. So be
Like that
careful.
would even hold up in a corner.
So you get that, and then you start seeing the rebar, and then you start realizing this was not permitted. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not an actual construction guy. Like,
Or an architect, or
and so as you go through this, those ideas just start to kind of build a little bit. Just,
it's in the back of your brain, but it comes
Yeah.
to the front of your brain in a hurry when suddenly something sticks out and you have to try to
Yeah.
squeeze yourself. We're not made of liquid.
Right. One thing I did notice as we were going through is you could tell he was just building as is because things weren't consistent.
Right.
Like things you design a house or a building structure and you have it flow, you have it consistent. One level looks
Your plans.
completely different to the level above it. It doesn't match, and so you can tell that it's
The stones didn't match.
No.
I mean, it was. I mean, and this is the wall, because, yeah, I had forgotten. I did not realize we were at 9,000 feet.
yes,
Because I mean, I know altitude, having lived here, and
yeah,
you can tell when you're up. But even if you live at a mile high, and Fossil Bed's just a tiny bit under. That's another almost 4,000 feet up.
it is.
And
It could also be
you-
why we got tired quicker too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it made a lot more sense because, I mean, Colorado Springs isn't that much. I mean, that's not any higher than Fossil Bed, but we were up actually in the mountains, and like we said in the first part, it's the middle of there is nothing else around it, nothing.
Gorgeous mountains,
Oh my gosh.
by the
yes.
way.
Yeah, you remember the place when I went down there last year to see Old Brick, and I went up to that dinosaur place that has the pecky head that's on the wall that you can
Yes.
purchase a full
That will be
size.
purchased one day.
That one's the expensive one,
Oh,
but that's up in the mountains too. A good 45 minutes outside of, half an hour outside of. So I mean, Colorado Springs is situated really well. It's super sprawly, but
yeah.
that side that's up against the mountains is beautiful. So it was a beautiful drive. It was just long and long. And it kept going up. And I didn't realize it.
Yes. So what I'm putting here is the enter at your own risk sign.
Oh,
So the people can see what you see first. It's going to be right here. It's enter at your own risk. If you do not agree with these rules, do not enter.
yeah. Well. Did you take a picture of the facilities that they had there? Porta potties.
No, they were porta potties.
They were. Somebody had to use them because he had to pee, and they were.
I think we
I don't know if
both
they'd
used
ever been
them.
emptied. Oh my gosh. Did you use them too?
I think so.
I don't remember. I know I had to pee because.
They probably didn't affect me the same way they have you because I've used porta potties in New Orleans during Mardi Gras, and
Okay, you win.
you've never seen a porta potty.
I have no desire to ever go to Mardi Gras. I'd like to go to New Orleans, but I don't ever want to go.
Yeah. So
Way too many people.
it probably wasn't. I probably didn't think it was that bad because they probably had toilet paper, and I mean that's a step above
You
any
froze.
porta potty in New Orleans during Mardi Gras.
Oh, Laura mercy.
I would like to go to New Orleans, not during Mardi Gras. So I've been twice, both during Mardi Gras, but I would like to go back, not during. It's a really cool city. But let's get back. So the first level, if I remember correctly, the first level had different rooms. Or maybe that was like underneath. The
There was
first
an under,
level.
there was,
walk up.
yeah, it was the ground level,
Ground level,
It
you
was-
walk up, and they had these rooms.
which were really pretty solidly constructed. The
Yes.
floor was sturdy. I mean, I didn't have any fear of being in that.
No.
No.
No, there's no fear of anything falling, other than me up on top falling. But no, underneath it felt pretty sturdy.
It's sturdy.
And for it to still be standing, it had to have been pretty sturdy.
Yeah, because he drilled down to the bedrock.
Yes.
So, yeah. And the windows had names on them.
I think
I
that
think I have a
was
picture. I
the
think I have a
next
picture.
level. There was,
Oh,
I think the next level had like what looked like a big ballroom. It had some stained glass. It almost
yeah.
looked like that was like a Cinderella kind of room. Or am I skipping a level?
I think there were only two. I don't think there were more than that. I don't remember going up more than one set of stairs, and even then, the stairs were pretty solid, but I don't know. The energy
I'm
was
going through
weird.
the
The energy
picture.
was super. The energy was super weird. But
Yeah, it was.
I remember on some windows, some level, there were dedications and people who had donated. And I want to say there's a picture of a wizard, which I'm going to make sure you get that picture
Yep,
because I
The
don't.
Wizard. Stained Glass by Donna and Reb Brown.
I think,
Original art by Jesse Wade.
yeah,
Dedicated June 19th, 1999. I'm putting it here. So yeah,
wizard.
there was some stained glass, there was a wizard, and then that sign about the wizard stained glass. So I
Yeah.
think that, and so it had the huge three arches, the bigger one in the middle,
Mhm.
and like the church arches, church windows.
Yeah.
And I think
It,
that's what I'm thinking of as the ballroom, because then you
yeah.
had the stained glass windows. There were some that had like flowers,
Yes. And yeah, it was. Boy, I should have looked at. Should see
and
if
then
I
it,
can.
it had. I'm looking at the pictures now as so it had the pointed roof. So yeah, that is the second level. Is that, and it had a really. I liked it because I was just scrolling through the spiral staircase that was all metalwork
Right.
right
Spiral
up.
staircases are always cool.
I love a spiral staircase.
Yeah.
In
It's,
my dream house, I would have several.
I think I'd have one because I'd probably kill myself.
Probably.
You have a dog. She's not going to want to get up a spiral staircase.
Because she doesn't have to go upstairs.
Yeah, right. If you're upstairs, where is she going to be?
I just got to this picture. Do you remember the wooden statue artwork? It was a wooden statue with the hand that was doing this.
I'm not remembering it, but suddenly I'm picturing He-Man or R2D2 for some reason.
Hold on.
Um,
We're going to pause for a second. Don't say anything. I'm going to send it to you so you remember.
oh yes. Do we remember? CSO is all I see.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
sure
I
there's a
didn't take a
reason
picture of
for
a
it.
plaque or anything. It's just that art.
It's a carving. I'm sure
A
somebody
carving
donated.
out of wood.
Yeah, I'm sure
Of
somebody
an
donated.
R, like up to here, like this.
Uh-huh. Yep. Oh my God, I'd forgotten about that completely.
I did too till just now. Oh my gosh.
This place is it's very unique. That's all. That's the, and for pluses and minuses, it's unique.
Yes. And
But that
so,
part, the castle itself, at least the two levels that I was on, felt safe enough. It
yes,
felt
they
weird
did.
because whatever's floating around there is weird, but um,
Oh,
those
there's,
felt. One of us was far more braver than your humble agent.
so we'll get into the energy of the place in a minute, but, because it definitely was something else I've never felt. But yes, so the first two levels really do feel sturdy. Like there's no fear of falling through the floor of anything. Like
It's solid. It's put
it's
together
once you
well.
start going up to the towers, and so there's the towers. There's the one complete tower, and then Roy's tower, which is not. But in the center, they have this ball thing that you can actually go from the tower across a walkway into the this tower area. Anyway, I wanted to go up into
Yeah.
the middle section across
Lilith,
the walkway.
Lilith is way braver than your humble agent.
Well, and you still at this point when you're up to the second level, it still just that information in the back of your head. It hasn't like leaked forward yet. So I thought, okay, I can go up the tower just fine. It's been okay so far. So then I started climbing up, up, and then I started seeing sections of the metal staircase that had replacement pieces just tacked on.
Oh my gosh.
The already stair that was there, just that missing piece. So you start seeing things like that, and then you start seeing holes in the floor that you have to kind of step around and over. So then you keep going up, and things start kind of. It's not as stable. That is when all of those information that this isn't permitted, this isn't safe, I'm doing this at my own risk, starts coming forward. And the higher up I got, the more, and I was, for the people that don't know, I was working for a construction company at the time. So I was very familiar with regulations and what to do and what not to do and the safety measures and all. And so that started coming in as well. And I think I got maybe halfway up that tower and I called it, and I immediately turned around and went back down. There was no way.
I waited. I wasn't doing it. And I was like, what happened? And she's like, you told me that as exactly what you told me. This is not up to code.
Nope. This is not safe. I don't care how many people went up and down that. They're risking this is not safe. I went up high enough. I was done.
That just makes me.
It was, yeah.
I would never be I couldn't be a balloonist.
And then you have to take into consideration, I do have some fears of heights. And so the higher I got, and the fact that there was open windows with nothing, and the floor wasn't stable, and it was all a thing. And I don't regret it.
No.
You know, you look back sometimes and you're like, damn it, I should have gone all the way up. I should have just faced my... Nope. I don't regret it at all. Nope.
Yeah. It's not like it would be petting a T-Rex. That you'd regret if you never did.
Exactly. Or hugging a hippo. I would regret it if I never did it.
Well, if you hug Fiona, you're going to be fine. And then give her a watermelon and she'll love
Yes,
you.
that's right. So,
Oh, jeez.
there were... Do you remember... I didn't have any pictures of it, but do you remember the weird signs around that were very much like... Against America, but this is America, like...
Well, the one I remember was that, well, they had a gift shop.
Yes.
And that was where Jim was, I think that was Jim was sitting there.
I think he was sitting in his own tent by the tent of the gift shop.
And they had, and they had two not caterpillars, but, people just moving dirt back and forth.
Yes.
And I have thoughts about that. But on one of the trees, I think, or maybe on one of the walls, there was a sign that said, because in Colorado, the mountains in Colorado can experience drought and become fire hazards because if the ground is not, if you don't clear it out of the fire hazard, especially around there, and I would assume it was Jim, somebody did not want to comply with doing that.
Yes.
And then on the next sign was, well, our original gift shop burned down from a fire.
Yes.
I'm like, somebody irony impaired here? Do they not self-aware? So there were things like that everywhere. Without getting into politics or anything, it got, I don't know, it was his land. He was going to do with what he wanted.
Yes.
Permits be damned. And I don't know. I would think that his heirs and executors and what'd you call them? The son and the daughter.
The caretakers.
Caretakers. If they want this to still be viable, they're going to have to do something to make it safer, because that wall is not safe, and it just, and I think, well, what I thought was, if you want I'll wait till the end when we wrap it up, and our final thoughts, and I'll give some of that. But yeah, the signs were like that, and there were several of them
Yes.
like that, and I was not inclined to. That's one of the reasons I was not inclined to donate, because it's like,
Yes.
I don't
He was.
feel like,
So I don't remember, I do remember those signs, but I remember in one of the lower rooms, the very first level rooms that we walked in, and there was a sign on the wall, because I remember reading it and going, wow, this guy is really against the government. Like he is like American, like full, but he is against government, and government was trying to take his permits.
and in
And so
2019, who was the head of the government? So
well,
take that for what you will.
true, but I just remember that, and he did have a lot of issues, and somehow he won all the cases against him because that's his private property. So somehow he was able to win all of these legal things, but he really was against the government telling him what he can and cannot do on his own land.
Is that national forest land around him though? I mean, that
It
might
is.
be- Yeah. See, there's where it comes into conflict.
Hold on, I've got.
Because if you're not taking care of your land, you're not taking care of our land, and that is, if that's national property, that's our land.
It's in the San Isabel National Forest.
Yes. And it's beautiful. I mean,
It
the
is
forest
so
beautiful.
gorgeous. But so my wondering then is if he went through all these legal battles and won, if the caretaker, now his son, even has to deal with that because it's already been decided in the past. I
would
don't
think-
know.
Yeah, the law. I don't know either. I think that the only thing I would think is if they tried to do any more improvements, or improvements, or build more. It is not a big piece of land really, and if it gets a large amount of people, somebody sometime is, and if then people are dumb enough to bring their kids, who should not be crawling around.
Oh,
most
there
of
were
that.
tons of kids going on everywhere. Some of the kids
Someone's
were
gonna
clear up
get
in the top of the tower going across the metal walkway.
Yeah. So someone's going to get hurt, and that is going to be a big deal, because they will not give a rat's ass about the you can cross on here at your own peril. By doing this, that's not
Yeah.
a hold up, but they're not going to get any money, but they could take the land.
Yeah.
So I would think your caretakers should be aware of that, but who knows?
Hopefully they are. Hopefully, I don't know. But like I said, he does want to finish, which was interesting. Is everybody told him you're not going to accomplish your dream. You're not. And while he built most of it, maybe he didn't finish it. So technically, he didn't accomplish what he sent out to do because he never finished it, right?
over 50 years, right?
But they were right. He never finished it in a technicality.
Yes, I mean, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just, my thoughts were that when we were there, all I could see was these two earth movers. They were the small ones, and I call them
Yeah.
cats, but we're just moving dirt around back and forth, and they were just grifting off this guy or whoever was giving them money. And it was sad for me. But then I'm like, why are they who's letting this happen?
Yeah.
And why? Because the grounds were in relatively good shape. I mean, they weren't awful, but and the cats were back and behind everyone, but they just moved, and it just kept back. It was just like back and forth. They're not, and I'm like, they're not doing anything except charging.
Well, no, they weren't.
Whoever's paying for it, they're charging them for it, and probably a pretty penny, because they're up in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Got to drive, from wherever to get there.
So that is the thing, though. They weren't doing anything. It was all for show because, so where I got most of my history information, my background information for part one, was for the Bishop Castle website itself. And so it has not been under construction. I don't think the Sun has done anything to it to this point, depending on when it was written. But when it was written, nothing had been built. Nothing had actually been constructed. After 2019, he was the last one to move a couple rocks. So those cats or whatever hauling, it was all for show because nothing was actually being built.
I believe that. Oh, Nick, actually, so they might have actually just been doing it for the spectators.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It was for show.
Very good. Yes, yeah, and that makes it me less sad because I thought they were still abusing his, just taking his money. But now if they're doing it on purpose, it's like, oh,
yeah.
I'm not inclined to ever go back, honestly. I mean, I'm glad we went to have the experience, but
it's one of those things that you experience once, and I mean, nothing. There's not going to be anything more to see if we go back. We're already,
it's going to be exactly the same. And what's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, I will, if I hear anything on the news or because they'll talk about it, it's an oddity and it's an attraction, but it's if they're not doing it. I mean, because there are places that you'll know that have added stuff,
right?
You've visited before, and you're like, oh, we got to go back. Dinosaur National Monument, but things like that. So, yeah, go visit it. Let us know what you think. If you visit it, let us know what you think. What your thoughts are. But it's like a once in a lifetime thing where you only want to do it once in your lifetime.
Yes.
That's my thought. Long story short.
All right, so should we do our last thoughts? Because I've got a few last thoughts.
Well, I think I did all of mine, so you go ahead.
Okay. So I agree. I think it's something that if you're in the area to do, I wouldn't say go to Colorado to see it. But if you want to go to Colorado and do a few things, that is definitely one that you should go and see. It was quite the experience. I will never forget it. The history of it is really interesting. I mean,
there's a movie there, a documentary anyway.
So the website said there are documentaries. I haven't seen any of them, so I'm not sure how well they're done or anything like that, or if they're even that popular. It might just be somebody like us doing a documentary on YouTube kind of a thing.
Yeah. Ours will be the best.
Yeah, I do recommend it. And if you can go up into the tower even a little bit until you don't feel safe, but it is definitely something that I'm glad we went to see it.
Very much so.
I am glad my brother told me about it. And I mean, it's like I've mentioned before, is I've had these pictures and the history of it just kind of there, and I've wanted to do something on it, so to get it out there. So it's been sitting on my mind for a long time, a few years.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool, and I really, really highly suggest people go and see it before you can no longer see it, because that's a possibility.
Well, and fire season, depending on the year, whether there's a drought, there's wood in that thing. I mean, the stone would be fine, but there's wood in the inside, and they're not gonna. I doubt they're gonna rebuild. I don't think they're gonna do anything else with it. Now that from what you've told me, I don't think that's ever gonna.
I think if he hasn't finished the tower by now, he's not going to.
He's full of beans.
Well, he's been the caretaker since 2018. So Dad was still working on it in 2019.
And so but they haven't done anything since then. So
no.
That's 6 years, 7. We're coming up on 7 years. Well, good thoughts, good talk. This is a good episode. If you haven't watched all the way through to the end, well, you missed all the fun stuff.
Yes.
So, all right, are you ready to wrap it up?
Yes, let's do it.
I am X7, your excavating agent of semi-awesome licorice beer. With me, as always, is my wonderful co-host who is intelligent and does all of her homework, Lilith Draco.
Bye. Live long and
Peace.
prosper.
Be seeing you.